Ian, another game this weekend against a team from Ayrshire, table-topping Ayr United. It's important that we take the momentum from the last win into the game at Somerset Park.
Yeah, we must do that, keep our confidence high after another good home win, going down to a really difficult place against obviously the team that's top of the table. They've done really well this season. You know, they've won a lot of games, they've got a good knack of winning matches sometimes when they don't play to their best, which is an invaluable quality to have in any team at any level. So we know it's going to be tough, that's for sure, but all games in this division have been very, very difficult this season, and we expect that to be the same.
Yeah, and of course we're always looking forward, and it's one game at a time, but we can't help but think back to the game here against Ayr when we emerged victorious. That's going to do a lot for confidence and motivation on the day.
Yeah, well, I think we know we can beat Ayr. You know, that's the bottom line. We know we can beat any team in this division, but we also know if we don't perform to the levels that we have done in the past or can do, then it can flip the other way, because they're a good side. They've got good goal scorers in their team, pretty solid at the back, work very hard. We need to match them in every single department and more to win the game. Being away from home doesn't really bother us. You know, it's another game for us, but we know it's difficult.
Yeah, and in preparation for this week and to keep the whole squad involved, I understand there was a bounce game earlier this week. Tell us a bit more about that game against Hillabeath Hawthorn.
Yeah, a good game for everybody. You know, we need to get players some game time. We had a couple of guys who haven't played for a number of weeks now. We need to top them up fitness wise, and to be in not a competitive match, but certainly a game that both sets of players went to try and win. So really good. Thomas Lang played a large part of that game as well, which was always, you know, penciled in for Thomas in particular, to get him back on the football pitch and playing against opposition that aren't his teammates. So that was great for him to come through the game. It was really good for Kyle and John to score goals, 5 goals apiece, which was fantastic. So yeah, really good game. Good to see the younger players as well getting some game time. A few of our lone boys didn't play at the weekend because of the Scottish Cup, so to get them you know, back with us and playing with players from their parent club is valuable as well.
Yeah, and assuming Tom Lang in particular came through unscathed, is there a chance he can make the squad this weekend?
Yeah, Thomas on the bench last week because he was ready and he was dying to be involved. So we're delighted to welcome him back. Our next stage for Thomas is trying to get him back into the starting 11, but that comes from within himself also. The defence has done really well this season. There's competition for places, but Thomas will be involved on Saturday. Barring any mishaps from now till then. But really nice to see him back. He's worked incredibly hard in his rehab since I've been in here and before. So all his hard work is now paying off for himself.
Exactly, yeah. And looking back to last Saturday, I mean, one player that can have no problems about confidence this week, I'm imagining in training, would be Aidan Connolly. If, as expected, has he been absolutely flying in training again? Yeah,
he's been flying since I came in. I keep going on about his work rate, but it's crucial to his game. It's part of his makeups. With some people and some players, you can't teach it. He's got the knack. He's been around a few different clubs now. He knows what it's all about. He's got undoubted quality with the football, especially on his left side. We know that, the way he cuts in and links up play for us and makes forward runs for us, but his work rate is just through the roof. It really is. We see that in our training numbers, we see that on our match day numbers. So he knows himself, if he takes a little bit of that work rate away, perhaps he's not as good a player. And he's not a stupid guy. He's very understanding of his own game and understanding, which is really important, of other players around him. So he's done great for us. He's been superb for us. He gets another hat trick. He gets a hat trick on Saturday, fully deserved over the course of the season. A couple of games he's got very important goals for us and some real quality goals. The challenge to Aidan, like any other player, is how do you keep that up? How do you adapt yourself when teams are becoming or you're becoming noticeable to other teams, and maybe he'll find it difficult in the next 2 to 3 weeks, but he has to find a way to keep that level high.
Yeah, and finally, obviously the draw for the next round of the Scottish Cup was made. Game won't be played until the end of January, but away to Linlithgow, it's another challenging tie against teams from outside the senior setup.
Yeah, very challenging. Linlithgow make life very hard for us. Tight pitch down there, being the time of year as well. We don't know what condition it's going to be in. We don't know if the weather is going to be kind to us over this period. We obviously hope it does for all grass pitches. In terms of cup competitions, you can only play what's in front of you. I always feel you need a bit of luck in cups, but you have to overcome different obstacles. We've done that already by playing a team that we were expected to beat out with our league. We have to go and do it again. And it's a competition that's hugely important to every football club in Scotland. I don't think it's lost any of its credentials over the years. I think teams are still taking this pretty seriously. It's a opportunity for a lot of clubs to make decent finance on it as well. But our objective is on the pitch. If we could have picked a draw, we'd have had it at home. There's no question about that, but we can't be too greedy.
Yeah, well, that's all fine and well, but obviously Ayr's a priority. Thanks for your time today, and good luck for the weekend.
Thank you. Cheers, Neil.